Hello all, welcome back. So this is module number 4. We have already completed the chapter on the face of it written by Susan Hill. So now we'll analyze the important themes and the content. Also we'll see the characters in this play on the face of it. We'll move on. This short play explores the importance of human connections and relationships. The play builds a situation where two characters with physical deformity and disfiguration accidentally bump into each other and exchange views about their lives in a society which had alienated them. Now we'll discuss the title of the story or the justification of title. So, on the face of it, it's an expression which means that something is good when we take a glimpse of it, but upon a closer look, it is not so and it is different from what it looks. In this chapter, Mr. Lamb is called lamely lamb, and mothers were afraid of sending the children because of his appearance. Derry has got a burnt face and everyone pities him. So, everybody says that only a mother could love such a face. Both Mr. Lamb and Derry have been facing hatred and alienation. But Mr. Lamb takes comments lightly, but Derry does not have that maturity or he cannot take it just as silly as that. The attitude of the people needs to be changed. So, on the face of it, both suffer from disability, but their attitudes were very different, and finally, they are able to understand that the outward appearance is not something that matters. Look at the major themes in this chapter. The first theme is human connection and openness. So, this is a short play that mostly consists of a conversation between an old man and a 14-year-old boy. So, it is showing the importance of having good relationships. Derry was having a burnt face and Mr. Lamb has lost a leg. So, society treats them differently from other people. Derry has learned to close himself off and avoid others, while Mr. Lamb maintains an attitude of openness. Ultimately, towards the end, Lamb's friendliness and non judgmental acceptance win Derry over, and the two find a strong connection. Moving on. And the next theme is nature, observation, and contemplation. So, though this play is primarily concerned with the issues of human connection and alienation, it also touches the value of simply sitting in nature and contemplating one's experiences. So, this is mostly presented through the character of Mr. Lamb, and also in a way, Terry is converted to Lamb's contemplative worldview. So, in connection to its theme of remaining open to all kinds of experience, the play emphasizes the importance of appreciating nature and observing and learning from one's surroundings. So, everything in nature is said to be beautiful, and nature can provide us happiness. The next theme is disability and perception. The two main characters in this play have got a physical disability, but they react to their disabilities in a very different way. The 14-year-old boy who has got a burnt face is really pessimistic, while Mr. Lamb, who has got a thin leg, is quite positive. So Derry avoids others and assumes that everyone either pities or fears him. Mr. Lamb, on the other hand, sees disabilities as something that don't matter at all. So the play ultimately advocates a shift in perception about disability, both on a societal and an individual level. That is, to embrace the value and dignity of people, whatever their experience or appearance might be. Outward appearance doesn't matter at all. So what matters is what is inside them. And look at the last thing, which is loneliness and alienation. So this play is actually a single conversation between an old man and Jerry. So the play largely consists of a single conversation between an old man and Derry. They had never met before, but eventually find a sense of connection and companionship with each other. And because of their respective physical disabilities, Derry and Mr. Lamb are treated differently from other people. And this leads them to life of isolation, whether willingly or not. So, on the face of it, explores some of the ways people separate themselves from others and alienate certain people, and shows just how damaging loneliness and isolation can be. Now we'll look at the characters in this story. Mainly, there are two characters, Mr. Lamb and Derry. There is also a minor character who is Derry's mother. So, Derry is a young boy of 14 with a burned face. He feels that he is ugly looking and he is pessimistic, and he had experienced severe negative comments from people. So, he is frustrated and he is an introvert. He does not have confidence and he is indulged in self pity. And Mr. Lamb is quite contrary to Derry, though he is having a physical disability because he was having a tin leg. Though he was lonely, he craved for company and acceptance. He was jovial, optimistic, and he was a lover of nature. So he was social and talked to whoever came to his garden. So he's tolerant, helpful, sensitive, and he'd never mind children calling him lamely lamb or picking the crab apples. So he is a social person, but he had to live in isolation. And the minor character or the third character is Derry's mother. So she seems to be simultaneously overprotective and not understanding of her son. So she contributes to his isolation by keeping him home because of his facial injury and treats him with a sense of pity that robs him of dignity and agency. So essentially treating him like a perpetually helpless victim. So these are the major characters in this story, and we'll discuss further in the next module. Thank you all.